So, hello to you. It says I'm live. Fantastic. I had a little glitch then, and I thought, is this going to work? Because I didn't. I pressed the button to go live, and it did something really odd. But we're good. We're on. I can see you, lovely people, all on YouTube. So I presume we had a problem with Facebook last time. We didn't go live to Facebook, so I'm just wondering if Facebook is live. Maybe not. And I don't know why. But that'd be a shame because we miss out. But a lot of people tune in on Facebook and we miss them. So Russ, I don't know if there's a way you can look at that, see why it's not going live on Facebook, or if it is live on Facebook, could you post a message? That'll be good. So who have we got with us? We've got Margaret. Margaret, you're always number one in the list. And it's a chilly night there in Melbourne. I tell you what, it's absolutely cooking here. On the Algarve in Portugal, yeah, I saw your message there, Margaret, on Facebook. Yeah, it's absolutely baking here. Has been for about 5 days. It suddenly got really hot. And I think you had a little heat wave in the UK, but when you get a heat wave here or in southern Spain, it's a proper heat wave. You cook. Yeah, you struggle sleeping. Yeah, it's something else. It really is. But and to add to that, I played paddle this morning. So I was in a glass box hitting a ball around with 3 other crazy people. So why do I do it? Why do I do it? I just do it because I love it, I guess. It was still had a lot of fun. But yeah, it was hot. So we've got Regina. Welcome back to you, Regina. Great to see you here. Megan's with us. Hello, Megan. Lovely to see you. And Lewis is listening today too. How wonderful. How's Lewis now? That's great. Younger audience. And yeah. Who else? So what I'm going to do today, because this is like a general webinar, I'll do a little Q&A. If you've got any questions, anything you'd like to ask me, type them in the box, and then I'll do a live meditation based on your feedback. Because it's always nice to warm up to it, just to get a little vibe of the day. And then I'll do the meditation based on that. Also, Facebook's good. Oh, that's great. I just couldn't see. Everyone was messaging from YouTube. So that's good to know. We've got Kerry with us. Hello, Kerry. Lovely to see you. And Julia's with us from Rockville. Great to see you, Julia. Jen from Ireland. How are you? Malika from North Carolina. And Clara's with us. And she's saying, I've just got my morning stretch in and my breakfast doing really well since the big move to Texas. Great to hear that, Clara. It's always good to do that. In the morning, first thing, you know, one of the best things you can do in the morning is to initially drink a glass of water, pure mineralized water. If you can add Celtic sea salt to it, that's a really good little tip because it kind of gets electrolytes going in your body, and you know it's a good little wake up. Lemon's very good as well. And then do a stretch. And I do that come rain or shine. Even today, when it was like baking, I made sure I did it. I'm doing a cut down version at the moment because it is hot. But, you know, and the thing is that it's that delayed gratification thing that even if you don't fancy it, do it anyway because it's good for you. You know, it's going to improve your bone density, your strength, your physicality. You know, all of those things are an investment in your future. So when you do these things, you're kind of, you know, it's a part of the, you know, the whole mind, body, spirit things where you're investing in your future. And so I do that every day. And, you know, 63 now, I'm still playing tennis in baking heat, or paddle tennis and tennis in baking heat in Portugal. Because I do those things, because I invest in my health and well-being, I can manage doing those kind of things. So yeah, it's really good to set a little morning routine where you, you know, you do a little fitness workout first thing, you know, from even if it's 10 minutes long, over time, if you do that every day, you're going to get stronger, fitter and healthier. And another thing I also do is I go out in the garden and I walk on the grass first thing. So I'd actually do that before I stretch, because walking on the grass, it actually, it wakes you up, one thing, and you also ground when you do that. So you take in electrons through the soles of your feet from the earth. And again, that's a really good energy booster. So just doing things like this, taking half an hour out of your morning. And if you say, oh, I'm very busy in the morning, just get up half an hour earlier and do these things. There's no excuse. Um, it's, if you want to be fit, healthy, you want to live an abundant, prosperous, happy life, you invest. And it's the key. It's the key to having, being sovereign in your old age, being in your power, not being dependent on, other, health system that doesn't really serve you, doesn't help you. You want to be sovereign in your power, getting healthier, getting fitter as you get older. And all of these things, when you do them, you're taking those steps. So high temperatures, we've been mid-30s here, but yeah, it's weird. It feels hotter. We haven't had a lot of wind, which is unusual for this place. But it stays like it. It doesn't really drop at night time. It stays super hot. We're lucky enough, we've got a pool in the garden, so we swim in that, which is, great. The kids, I'm in there sort of 3 or 4 times a day with the kids, which is great. So yeah, so it's no complaints, nothing to complain about at all. And we've got Jenny from Wisconsin. Lovely to see you, Jenny. And Kerry's saying, I have trouble with breathing out of my mouth in a circular breathing. Do I have to breathe that way? Not at all. So when I do the meditation and I give you the breathing technique, I do that. I do like the circular breathing technique where you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, as you get a real good rhythm when you do that. But if you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, that's absolutely fine. So there's no kind of right way. It's more just about getting a lot of oxygen into your lungs so that you bring down your heart rate and you relax, and then you drift into the meditation. So that's the key part of it. And Lewis would like to know how old you are now and how old you are when you were in a band. So now I am 63. And when I was in a band, when I was in my first band, I was 17. I joined a band when I was 17, and I played in that for 3 years. I played the bass guitar back then, and we were called the Sugar Ray 5. We had a little taste of fame and fortune back in the early 80s. We won something called the Battle of the Bands, which was a national pop competition back then. And we were suddenly in the spotlight, and yeah, it was great, a great time. So yeah, that was in 1983. Was it 83? Yeah, so 83 we won the competition. I started playing in 1979, something like that. So yeah, a little bit of my history there. And Ruth is saying, is it fine to listen to meditations, hypnosis recording while doing chores as a meditation? Not really. So if you're doing physical activity around the house, or you're hoovering or whatever, it's probably not a good idea. The kind of meditations I deliver are aimed at taking you down into the alpha theta state, which is, where your brain waves slow down and you drift into that very centered, relaxed state. So you don't want to be doing your hoovering while you're in that state. They're not really compatible. So, but I do have a recording called, I have some waking hypnosis recordings. So Russ, if you could post a link to some of those, because I do have recordings you can listen to that don't guide you into a deep trance state, and you can do activity. You could work out on, be on a treadmill, or you could be hoovering or doing chores or whatever. So have a look for those. Russ will post the link here to some of our sort of kind of awake motivational recordings. And we got Dog with us. Hi, Dog. Nice to see you. Loving the name. And Margaret is saying, hi, I am going for my monthly remedial massage with my myotherapist tomorrow morning. Lovely. That sounds really nice, Margaret. And and Mary's saying, I can do these things because I invest like this every day. Yeah, absolutely. That's the message. You know, it's about every decision you make now is going to shape your future. So whether it's something, you know, whether you want to become more financially abundant or you want to become fitter and healthier, the choices you make now are going to determine how much of that you have in your future. So, for example, if you wanted to become more financially abundant, you take steps to do that. You take, you know, you start up little sidelines now, or you invest your money in things that are going to reap rewards in the future. And you know, there's a multitude of ways of doing that. You know, and it's something that I've teach that, you know, on other webinars, and it's just investing now for your future. And with your fitness, yeah, do something every day that improves your fitness. I've got a new book coming out. Hopefully, I've just got it back from the editor. Still got to do quite a bit of work on it, and then I'm hopefully going to release it in a few months' time. And it's all about that, you know, being in your power, being sovereign, investing in your future, you know, in your health, your well-being, your finances, and you know, being and being free as well. That's another big one, because you know, there's people that, you know, do have a lot of finances, but they're not necessarily free. You know, if you're working 60 hours a week in the city to, you know, make a decent wage, you might have the money, but you haven't got the freedom. So the ultimate goal is to have the money and have the freedom. That's when you're, you know, truly sovereign. So yeah, I've got it certainly in the new book. I've got lots of guidance for that to help people with that, because I've realized when I've talked about it, it's always struck a chord with people. And yeah, it's something that I've done. You know, I've done since kind of woke up. I had a spiritual awakening sort of 30 years ago, and one of the first things I wanted to do was to, you know, raise my consciousness. That was a big one, but to become more abundant. And because you know, I'd always struggled, you know, never had much money, or I had cars that were breaking down. So I wanted to create abundance in my life. I just went on this journey and worked at it and invested in myself. And yeah, that was a big one for me. So I learned it from the ground up. And you know, it's funny. I sometimes see people running webinars on that subject, you know, become financially abundant. And I know people who do it and they're not financially abundant. They might know the concept, they might have read the books and been to the seminars and know it, but if you're not there yourself, you can't really be an authentic teacher in that way. And you know, I know that, you know, through the power of meditation and projection, and also clearing failure programs and sabotage patterns, I was able to do that, create a much more abundant life. So I've done that, and you know, I'm qualified to teach that. So yeah, that's going to be yeah, a big part of the book, and certainly future webinars in ultimate hypnosis. Because yeah, one thing I should mention, this is a free webinar, but what I'm, you know, we with ultimate hypnosis, it's got all of my recordings in. And so if anyone's not got that, you can download that, and there we go. Russ has put up the barcode, and it's free for a week, so you can try it out. It's always nice to try something before you sign up. So check it out, Ultimate Hypnosis, and it's got every single studio recording that I've ever done, and many live recordings. So I've done probably 150 studio recordings, hypnosis and meditation tracks, and about another 100 live meditations, like the one I'm going to do soon, you know, on this webinar. And they're all in ultimate hypnosis. Plus, we've got a community there. A lot of the members are on this webinar. We've got Margaret, Megan, and a number of others, Clara. So yeah, do check it out, because it's and I do these live webinars every other week. And I'm going to be doing more of those abundance webinars, because I know people really like them. They'll all be in ultimate hypnosis. And Venus is saying, hi, Glenn, first time catching you. Been listening to you on Aura for years. Oh, how lovely. I know I did just did a little webinar with them, actually, with Aura. And I think they're releasing that fairly soon. So yeah, it's a great app. Not as good as Ultimate Hypnosis, mind you. And we've got Tamara with us. Great to see you, Tamara. And Clara is saying, I can definitely relate. It's hot here in Texas. Almost passed out while taking a shower the other night. But thanks to your recordings, I used the skills I've learned to prevent it from happening. Oh, that's good to hear. And Leslie's with us. Hello, Leslie. I have a raging toothache and can't get seen till tomorrow. Is there a short meditation breathing technique that I can do to help me cope with paracetamol? Paracetamols don't help me. You can. I've got a pain control recording. So Russ, again, if you could put that there, it's in Ultimate Hypnosis. I'm not sure if you subscribe there, but it's you could sign up to it and you can get it free for a week. So if you needed that help, it's a pain control hypnosis track. And what it does, it helps you to dissociate from the pain. Because all pain is a signal from, from your central nervous system up to your brain. So if it's from your teeth, there's nerve endings there that are sending signals to your brain to, to tell you there's a problem there. So you can minimize that signal through hypnosis. And on that recording, that's what I did. I made that recording quite a long time ago, but yeah, check it out. Hopefully that can really help you, because that's horrible when you've got toothache like that. And Malika is saying, I listen to you every night. That's how I get to sleep. So thank you so much for being and doing 2 years. You're most welcome. I'm really pleased to hear that. And Rhiannon is saying, the amount of panic attacks this beautiful man has gotten me out of is amazing. I listen to you on my Breathe app all the time. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm pleased to hear that, because again, panic attacks are horrible, aren't they? So if my recordings are helping you in that way, that's wonderful to hear. It really is. And so Ruth is saying, what if I already feel relaxed and in the alpha state while doing the chores? I mean, if you're in the alpha state while you're doing your chores, that's not too bad, because the alpha state is not, you're kind of still conscious and aware, but you're in a very relaxed state. So maybe that's not too bad. If you go any deeper than that, with my recordings, then it's probably not a good thing. But yeah, so yeah, just don't go too deep when you're doing your chores. Mary's saying 63, could not have guessed that with tennis and in heat. Another role model, as well as change in youth. Yeah, I mean, I do love keeping as young as I can, because, I played, one of the guys I played with today, one of them was 40 and he was a super fit black belt in jiu-jitsu, super quick around the court. This was today, played paddle tennis, 40 years of age, black belt in jiu-jitsu, very, very fit. Another guy I played with was 74 and he was amazing. We had a really good quality, high quality game. The young guy actually said to us, our level was better than the level that he's used to, and he was at a good level. He was better than me. But we played with a 74-year-old, and we said to him today, we said, how do you do it? You're 74 years of age. He plays regularly. He's always played tennis and now paddle. He said he eats super well, and just exercises, all through the week, every single week without fail. And he's 74, this guy, and he was as fit as a fiddle today. Amazing. So there are people now, especially in this day and age, where, biohacking is a big thing. People are figuring out how to stay, live a much, much healthier lifestyle. Clearing out doing a lot of gut health things, because your gut health is the key to your overall health. It's one of the most important things. So you can, through detoxes and fasts and cleanses, parasite cleanses are massive nowadays. All of these things help you to really take your health to another level. And I did a really big one last year, a big gut health cleanse. And it was with, what was it? It was called the Rainbow Cleanse. it was, what was it called? Zen Detox, I think it was. I got it from Thailand, this package, and it was about 500 euros. And it was a week-long detox. So I fasted for 2 days. I had no food, only water, and just did this detox, this cleanse. And it was tough. It was tough. You get headaches, you feel weak. But then after a couple of days, you kind of come out of it. And then I went on to juices, only very light juices for the rest of the 7 days. And you cleanse from the inside out when you do those kind of things. They're absolutely amazing. They add years to your life. And they reckon if you do 4 cleanses like that a year, you're adding years and years to the end of your life. And not just that, you're adding quality to your life. So you're living longer, but you're also living a much healthier lifestyle, where you're sharp in your mind, where you're fit in your body. And yeah, that's what I want as I get older. I don't want to, be a couch potato and, be a slave to big pharma. No chance. I want to live it to the full. And yeah. So Ross has posted some of those titles, the ones you can work out to, listen to when you work out, Feel Alive, and the workout tracks. And we've got Tracy with us. Hello, Tracy. Great to see you. I'm going to go into a meditation soon. I just want to get all these messages in. Yeah, so we have got Ruth is saying these links are paid subscriptions. Yeah, I mean, the aim of this is to let people know about Ultimate Hypnosis, which is my paid subscription app, which you can try out free for 7 days. I do these live webinars there every fortnight. But I've got loads of free content on YouTube and elsewhere. So yeah, it's not all about the paid subscriptions. And that's a good question, Ruth. How is your work similar or different from Eckhart Tolle? So Eckhart is, he's got a very strong scientific background. So I met him once. I met him in Malibu because we were on the same app with the same app developer. And I actually spent half an hour with him, just chatting, me and him, no one else around. We just chatted for half an hour. And it was a really lovely time because, I'd been a fan of his. I'd loved his work. And then sitting with him and talking with him. And he was very grounded and down to earth. And, and he's the biggest self-help book author in the world. The Power of Now is one of the biggest books in that genre in the world. Sold tens of millions. So he's a real authority. But I don't know. I mean, my focus is more on meditation and hypnosis. My background is as a hypnotherapist, so I use the trance state a lot. Whereas Eckhart is just a channel for this higher wisdom. He channels wisdom, and you sometimes I've seen him live a few times, and when you watch him live, you see this little German fella. He's quite not a very fashionable guy. He speaks softly, but when you see him speak on stage and when he really gets into the groove with it, he's so powerful. This wisdom comes through him and he just speaks, and, the audience is sort of hanging on his every word. He has that way about him when you see him live. And his videos, when you watch his videos on YouTube, they're a good way to get very centered and very present. So he's good for that. He's also a very funny guy. He's got a great sense of humor. I've got one of his quotes in Ultimate Hypnosis, one of the daily quotes, and it's, what's the quote? I have known many Zen masters. All of them are cats. It just tickled me, that quote. That's so him. He's just got this sort of Monty Python type sense of humor. He's such a funny guy. So yeah, he's probably the one in self-help and spirituality, the one guy at this time that is, for me, is completely authentic. He's the main man. He's the real deal. So where are we? Let's get through all these questions before I start a meditation. So Megan is saying the love meditations are incredible, and this Facebook community have changed my life. So that's the community within Ultimate Hypnosis. And yeah, thank you, Megan. It's yeah, it's a wonderful group and a real bond. And just to let everyone know, the members are some of the members who've been in the group a while are coming out here to see me in Lagos in October, which is quite amazing. It all happened very organically, and they spoke amongst themselves and said, "Let's have a meet up." And is it okay to do it in Portugal to come out and see? Yeah, I said, wonderful. And so we're having an actual Ultimate Hypnosis members meetup out here. And yeah, so that's in October. So that's the kind of energy and vibe in the app. It's really beautiful. And Jenny saying, I listen to a productive day meditation. It gets me out of bed and ready for the day. So helpful. Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, Minnie, I like that one. I get a lot of nice feedback on that because I wanted that. I wanted people to, just wake up, boom, put that on and set you up for the day. So it's a short one. I think it's only 15 minutes, but it really supercharges you and gets you in a positive mindset for the day. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. And Kerry is saying my husband turns 76 today and he works out daily. Well, he's exactly the kind of person I'm talking about. He's investing in his future. And yeah, but what an example. If you do that every day and you've got that discipline and that determination, you're going to live a long, healthy, prosperous life. And yes, so we've got April with us. Hello, April. Lovely to see you. And yeah, Mary's saying these sort of detoxes are tough on healthy folks. Weaker folks need gentler, effective, and inexpensive ones. Yeah, that's a good point. Because yeah, we've all got a different body type, we've all got different stress levels, that kind of thing. So if you want to do a detox for the first time, then try to find somebody who can help you through it and work with you to set you up in the right way. Because yeah, the one I did was quite hardcore, but I've done many before that, so I knew that I could handle it. So yeah, that's a good point. Thanks, Mary. And so Jenny is saying, I have a Pavlovian response to your voice. I'm already calming just by listening to you. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome. That's lovely to hear. And this is not my hypno voice yet. I'm going to do that in a minute when we do the meditation. And Tari is saying, I'm so happy I found this community and I wish I could join you all in October. Hi, Megan. Oh, that's lovely to hear that. And yeah, it'd be lovely if anyone else wants to join. It'll be lovely to see you out here in October. It's 1 week, and I've set up a nice surprise for the ones that are coming out. So, I said I'm not going to be available all week, but I'm going to see. I'm going to do a couple of lunches, and then I've set something up in the middle of it, so that it's a real memorable event for everyone that's coming out. And I haven't told anyone what it is because I want that secret to to be there for when they come out. So yeah, so guys, it's about that time to go guide you into a meditation. And so yeah, so if you get into a nice, comfortable, relaxed place, and maybe yeah, just allow yourself to get comfortable now. And you can begin by breathing very slowly and very deeply. Just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And allow yourself to get comfortable. And if you prefer, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. But if you're comfortable breathing slowly and deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth, then just begin that way. And with every slow breath, you can just begin to allow yourself to relax and let go, as this is your special time just to let go and drift down into a deep state of mental and physical relaxation. So continue to breathe very slowly and very deeply, drawing pure fresh air deeply into your lungs and breathing out any stale air with every slow out breath. And just relax more and more as you do this, as there is no doing now, no thinking, just being. So bring yourself into a state of being, where you're still and centered, and every slow deep breath brings you more and more into that state, where you're very calm and very relaxed and still and centered. And you can begin to feel every muscle in your body relaxing, from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Just feel each and every muscle relaxing. And you can even scan your body now for any tension, any tightness, and just draw your attention to those places and just focus on letting the muscles there relax, so that you release all tightness and tension. And you can feel your body sinking down into the couch or chair or bed as you continue to let go. You continue to let go of any tension and of all thought, so that you go beyond the mind, beyond your ego, and you drift down deeper and deeper into that creative and resourceful part of you, the unconscious part of yourself that holds so much potential. The unconscious part of yourself that stores every memory, every experience, every emotion you've ever felt. And when you let go in this way, and you drift down into this part of you, you can heal so much, overcome any obstacles, and change old programs and replace them with new positive programs that help you to become so much more abundant and fitter and healthier. So from this place, just bring your awareness to anything that may be holding you back at the moment. Any obstacle within yourself, any challenge, anything you want to change. Just focus on that now. Just imagine you're letting go now of anything that's no longer serving you. Maybe transmuting it into light. Just take a moment to really explore that and release everything around this issue that may have been holding you back, and let it go with grace. If there are any energetic cords to this issue, you can cut them now. Just imagine you're cutting all energetic ties to anything around this issue that's not serving you anymore. As you do this, you can feel lighter, and just know that when you start this process, the releasing will continue even after you finish listening to this meditation. And just know that you have so much potential for releasing failure programs, sabotage patterns and blocks and traumas, and replacing them with something that aligns you on your true path. The path where you continue to become fitter and healthier in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And where you continue to expand your consciousness and step more and more into your authentic self without the baggage. Just continue to go deeper still by clearing your mind of all thought and drifting ever deeper by letting go. Just allowing yourself to relax so deeply. And now I want you to imagine something that you want to bring into your life. Maybe you want to become fitter and healthier. Maybe you want to become more abundant, or to find your soulmate. Whatever it is, focus on it now. And imagine in front of you there's a path opening up. An inviting path. Where you feel so focused and determined to manifest this thing into your life. And as you walk along this path now, you notice everything is colorful and bright. And it feels right for you. This path feels so aligned with your soul's purpose. And you feel a strong determination now growing inside you. A determination to take steps every single day that take you towards this goal. You will feel very motivated in your everyday life and very disciplined and determined to take action that allows you to manifest anything you desire. And with your goal in mind now, think of all the things that you can do in your everyday life that will take you closer to this goal. And feel your creativity coming up. Just focus on that now. And as you do this, I want you to imagine yourself in your everyday life, meeting the right people at the right time, being ever more disciplined and feeling very abundant and opportunistic, so that you begin to see opportunities everywhere. And you just feel in yourself that life can be so abundant. As when you focus your energy in this way, everything opens up. Your vibration changes. And your vibration will align you with people and situations and things of a similar vibration. And you love that feeling of raising your vibrational energy and creating an ever more abundant life, where you attract amazing things. A life where you become fitter and healthier, where you become ever more abundant, where you're surrounded by love, because you give and receive love easily. Just go there now and immerse yourself in it, in this wonderful, abundant life that you truly deserve. A life where you're learning new things all the time, where you're growing and really living your life to the full, free of any fear or self-doubt. Anytime that comes along, you just go inside and with your self-inquiry, you get to the heart of it and you release that energy and cut the ties, as you are always your own best therapist. And with that know-how, anytime something arises that you need to release, you will know how to let it go now, so that you continue to do the clearing work, along with your goal setting and your abundance meditations. And over time, this path gets ever more colourful, ever brighter, and life becomes so abundant. In every way. So I just want you to anchor all of the positive feelings you felt deeply into your consciousness. Just feel like you're resonating with those positive feelings and images. Every cell in your mind and body resonating with them now. Feel them becoming embedded deeply into your consciousness. so that these positive feelings stay with you long into your future. And so in a few moments, I'm going to gently bring you back to full waking consciousness, where you will feel very uplifted and positive and more focused and determined. But if you need to drift off to sleep, you can allow yourself to drift away and not wake up. But for those of you who want to awaken, just begin to breathe deeply again and feel your energy coming back up to the surface, and bring your awareness into the here and now. As I slowly count up from 1 to 10, you come more awake, and at 10 you will open your eyes and come wide awake. So ready now. 1, 2, 3, you're waking up. 4, 5, 6, waking up now. 7, 8, open your eyes. 9, 10, open your eyes and come wide awake, feeling refreshed and uplifted and back in the present moment. On the 2nd of July 2025. So just stretch your body and wide awake and back in the room. Let's do that for some time. So that was a nice meditation that lasted, I think, for about half an hour. And it's always a good thing to know that, because sometimes when you're in the trance state, it can feel like it's 5 or 10 minutes. Time actually slows down when you go into a trance state. So yeah, I think that was probably over 30 minutes. It was over 30 minutes. And yeah, so I've got another 10 minutes. So if you've got any questions, anything you'd like to ask me, Marilyn is saying, my dental assistant introduced me to you 15 years ago, played the CD while doing dental work. Oh, how cool is that? And loved you since. Oh, that's so great to hear that. Just got an image of that now, playing my CD while drilling away. Wow, that's great. And great that she believed in it, or he believed in it, your dental assistant. How lovely. And Venus is saying he's the only male voice I can meditate to. Oh, that's great to hear. And is there a retreat next summer? As I plan more, I need more time to plan. No, this one's probably going to be the one at this time. I'm not saying we'll never do it again in the future, or never do a retreat. That's possible. But we don't have any plans for one next year. And yeah, and it's Margaret's saying it's Lewis's birthday, so happy birthday to you, Lewis. How amazing. How old are you this month? And so thank you. Thank you for your lovely comments. Venus, beautiful. Well, lovely, Glenn. That's from Jen. And Megan, what an incredible experience of love. You're a gift. Thank God for you. Love you so very much. Love is home. God, thank you for that incredible love. Megan, you have a beautiful way of expressing yourself. Thank you so much. And Jenny, you're welcome, Jenny, and Ruth and Mary. What a lovely group today. What a fantastic group. And yeah. So if you've got any, and what I'll do with that meditation, so we cut the meditation bit out of this webinar and we upload it into Ultimate Hypnosis, which is a really nice way of, keeping the content fresh there. And so it's this will be live in Ultimate Hypnosis in a few days. And it was kind of a nice meditation. I kind of drifted into that, and I'm feeling a bit low on energy today because it's so hot and because I played paddle this morning, but it's been lovely. Been so nice chatting with you all. And April is saying, just the meditation I need right now with my new life and my new town and lots to get used to and some health problems. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, April. April's a member of Ultimate Hypnosis and she's 80, turned 80, and she still does 5Ks and 10Ks. She's an amazing example to just what I was talking about earlier, getting fitter and healthier, investing in your future at this time so that when you get to 80, you can still do things, you're fit and good. But yeah, I mean, amazing fitness and, some health problems, which, yeah, kind of happens, it can still happen, can't it? But I know you're super fit and you're doing amazing. So hopefully that's just a minor thing. And yeah. And Megan is saying, incredible meditation. That love was phenomenal. Oh, thank you so much. And straight from the source. Yeah, and we're meeting Friday. So if anyone wants to come on the members webinar, so I'm not on this one, but this Friday, Megan and some of the other members get together and they have a theme. I'm not sure what this theme is. Is it still on the Bhagavad Gita? So yeah, the Bhagavad Gita, a walkthrough for Westerners, which is a simplified version of the great book, the Bhagavad Gita, the amazing spiritual book that Eckhart would have influenced Eckhart, and most self-help teachers in this world today would have been influenced by the Bhagavad Gita. So I think you're talking about that, aren't you, on Friday? And Clara is saying, beautiful meditation today, thank you. Now I can feel that I can put up a video, which I've been trying to film for the last couple of days in our group. Yeah, go for it, Clara. You should do that with love and confidence. And so Ruth is saying, thanks, Margaret, Melbourne, Australia. I've just discovered Glenn, so I need more time to plan any trips. Yeah, of course, that's a bit soon, isn't it? And it's been quite a while in the planning with the members. But yeah, so yeah, Megan's saying still the Bhagavad Gita. That's chapter 2, True Self Within. And it's great, it's an incredible thing to discuss in a webinar because there's so much wisdom in that book. And so if you can make it this Friday, if you're not a member, you can sign up for Ultimate Hypnosis, have the 7-day trial and join the webinar on Friday. And if you like it and you're liking it, Ultimate Hypnosis, you're listening to this meditation again in it, and it ticks the boxes, then do sign up, do subscribe. Russ has just posted the 7-day trial. So yeah, so it's been lovely. It's been really nice, and I can't see any more questions at the bottom there. So yeah, just to say, the sort of core message of the webinar today has been to really do things every single day that take you towards your goals. Your fitness goals, your abundance goals, your financial goals. Do things every single day that take you there. I wrote in my book, this book that I'm releasing, that, I became so immersed in creating a more financially abundant life because I was like 30 and I didn't have, anything to my name. And to give you an idea of that concept of doing things every day, I would meditate every single day on the goals that I wanted to manifest in this world. And one of them was to own an Aston Martin car, a villa in Florida, and £1 million house. And I used to do that every single day religiously. And even though I was living in a really rough area in South London, I still did it. And it was kind of fake it until you make it. And I just immersed myself in that. And eventually I manifested those things. Within about 10 years from having absolutely nothing, those things materialized. And I used to sit, one of the things I remembered I used to do at that time, I used to go to, because I was reading books by a guy called Stuart Wilde. And he used to say, yeah, you've got to do the spiritual work, you've got to do the manifestations, but you've also got to do things in the real world. And he said, surround yourself with abundance in the real world. So go to the Dorchester. And if you can only afford a cup of tea, it might cost you £10 or whatever, but go there and experience a cup of tea in the Dorchester. And that resonated with me at that time. It worked for me. You've got to find what works for you, and that did for me. And I even used to go to auction houses where they were selling houses for, the highest bidder. And I used to sit there and imagine that I was buying these houses. And even though I didn't have, anything to buy them with, I used to imagine that I was buying them. And it's all part of that, that mindset you create to take you towards your goal. And, for me now, it's my main goal is about getting as fit and healthy as I can. So I just do things every single day that, take me further down that road. And I continue to learn. I meet people who are very, I met a guy who's a gut health detox expert recently. And, we just shared information. And, so that's a great thing to do. Network with other people who've got expertise, and you share your stuff with them. So yeah, every single day, do things that take you towards your goals, and be disciplined and determined with it. And even write your goals down. Yeah, it's always a good one. Have a list of 5 goals that you want to achieve. And maybe set a time limit. Maybe in a year's time, I'm going to be earning this much, or I'm going to have this kind of fitness, or I'm going to be at this weight. Crystallize it and do it in the present tense. So I am, not I will. I am, whatever weight you choose. I am that weight. Imagine you're at that weight now. And that's the way. So crystallize your goals by writing them down, seeing them every day. And yeah, it's powerful stuff. So yeah, thank you everyone who's been on this. Do check out Ultimate Hypnosis. Scan the code now, download it, and sign up for 7 days. And if you like it, then you can sign up for a year or monthly. Yeah, so thank you everyone who's been here today. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all the love and best wishes. Lots of love to you all. Namaste.